Alright, we are live with some Valar gameplay. This game is called Valar, if you guys are interested. I will put a link to the game. See me? Put a link to the home page. I'll put that in the video description. So if you guys are curious, adding that to the video description now, it should be there. So, Shady Hacks, if we delete this character, right? So far, I just noticed this MMO through, Pantheon Plus, Minus over at Pantheon. He likes to stream lots of different games, especially new MMOs if they come out, especially like the indie MMOs. This MMO is made by 2 people. So from what I've seen so far, it's quite impressive. If you guys caught my stream earlier, which by the way, I deleted, I didn't save because, it was one of those streams that was kind of on the spur of the moment. I didn't really want people to see it. But if you caught that and saw me stream earlier, I was talking about art style, and I was talking about if I made an MMO, the art style we'd go with was kind of a low poly art style. Kind of something that's like, what I've always wanted to do is like low poly, something in between low poly and like a higher resolution, like not like a Black Desert, something between Minecraft and Black Desert, and this game here is maybe if you thought of, graphical detail from on a scale of 0 to 10, I would put this around like a, like maybe between a 4 and a 5. It's not maybe higher than that if you want to say 5, because you can see the brick and the rocks here beneath her feet are pretty low poly, but the character model is a little bit more high poly, not too high poly, but it's not bad. I can't really zoom in, so it's hard to tell on the face. So let's say we're going to create a new character. The only customization they have right now is color, and I'm going to go with the the avatar looking color because I think that kind of cool looking. And we're just going to create. Now this game is built in Unity, so very cool. The game is built in Unity, and actually, you basically create a character, and I found out about this game today, so I literally know nothing. You guys are learning this game along with me. Minus was nice enough to say a few things to me and give me some tips because he's been playing it for a couple days now. I always see his streams going up, but one of the things I like that they've done is I really like the UI. I mean, it's we've all seen this type of UI before. But I don't know if you guys remember, I played another MMO not too long ago that was made by just a very small team that was off Steam, and it didn't run as smoothly as this one. We got the typical scroll and scroll out, mouse scroll wheel. But this one, you can see it runs fairly smooth. I can see a few glitches, but when I'm scrolling, but very little. It's really smooth. I don't see any kind of I can see some screen sharing, just like in the graphics, there's a little bit, but it's not too bad. But it does say that my MS is 133, so this is obviously probably a European server. Let me show you guys the Valar website real quick too. And if you go to, there's also another site which, if I go to Valar, which is like the company site, and it's Quasar. Quasar Studios. There's only like 2 developers, as I said, and the site, it's not the best performing site. I can say that because I'm a web developer. But if you go here, and it's a little slow because it's loading this animation, but the team is just these 2 guys. You've got Thomas. So this is obviously French. These guys must be French. These look like French names. I mean, I don't know how to pronounce French, so I don't know how to pronounce that name. Thomas Vuillaumenet maybe, and Michael Gamares. I don't know. I don't have that fresh accent down yet, guys. But anyways, here's the guys. We can look at their sources. I'm actually curious. Oh, the Blazy man. Wonder if this is Blazer. Where's the actual Let's try something here. Well, they've done a pretty good job of obscuring. Yeah, of obscuring. It's fairly well hidden. Yorn, Klingard, Blazy. No, Blazy's some sort of Blazy.js, some sort of third-party JavaScript framework. Not familiar with Blazy. I'll have to look that one up. Anyways, just curious on how they coded the website, because it's pretty good, but there was definitely a few things about it that are a little might need to be tweaked. So this is the website for Valar. Like I said, if you click games, there's really just Valar, and you can. It's not the most intuitive there, but you click on that, and it will take you to the actual the website, which is pretty cool. And it is crowdfunded. I don't know how much. Like we click on this, so I guess we can. So you can see it's euro. So these guys' current milestone is $25,000. So I will easy supporter. What is this? Alpha tester. So I'll go ahead and probably purchase. I mean, let's play the game first, but I think I'll probably come in here and purchase one of these packages because I like to crowdfund, especially developers when it's a small team like this, because obviously it's the same thing I want to do. I want to make my own game. I would love to be able to be a part of something like this. So I certainly like to see this stuff going on. I like to see these guys doing stuff. You can see here they are towards their milestone. I guess they've gotten 2,137 euros. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead and go back to the game. So Minus, let me go back to my Discord channel here, because Minus was saying giving me some tips on what to do. Okay, so once you get into the game, you go to Build Maker, and you can actually create a new build. So you have no new build. So like this is how you create like your class. Actually, hold on, the guys. Yeah. Let's go to my site. The guy who makes the game is asking me where I'm streaming at, so let's copy link address. There you go. So anyways, like I said, this is the game. Minus actually kind of gave me a few tips. When you first come into the game, you can go into the build maker here, it looks like. And we can go ahead and create a new build. I guess we get to name the build. So let's just call this, we're going to call this tank. And I don't really know how to create a tank in this game because I've never played this game before. I've really only known about this game for, Minus was talking about it. He was talking about streaming it, I think, the last couple days. So I always get like notifications from Minus, and I always take a peek. I know he likes to try out new games and new MMOs for sure. So, anyways, Green Spoon said Green Spoon's one of the developers, one of the main guys. There's only the two people that are making the game apparently right now. Like I said, it is in the Unreal Engine. I think we can see that. The grass is probably, looking at the grass here, this is probably a pack they purchased off the store. But, creating a grass system isn't that difficult, so we don't really know for sure. It's a pretty simplistic, so far, the texture for the ground, it all looks fairly similar. Let's see if we can change the screen, the mouse. We don't have that yet. Oh, we do. Great. So the mouse sensor definitely needs, for me anyway, needs to be turned up a little bit. Yeah, that's quite a lot better. It's actually a little bit too much. We'll turn it down to about 69. Yeah, much better. So, do we have customize, reset UI, customize UI? Oh, sweet. Hey, what's up, babe? What? Yeah, sure. Hold on a second. That's fine. Guys, I'll be right back. The wife needs something. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Hey, what's up, Greenspoon? Sorry, I had to. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take a minute. My wife needed something. So, anyways, we're talking about actually. If you guys, some of you guys that are in the stream, Greenspoon is one of the developers who's actually making the game. So he's nice enough to jump into the stream. So if you guys are, I don't get a lot of. My channel's pretty small, Green, but we get the same type of people that come here most of the time. I play mostly MMOs, mostly World of Warcraft and stuff, but I've played pretty much every MMO out there. I'm a software developer by trade. I've been coding since high school back in 1980s, so I've been doing it for a long time. But and of course, game designing. Game design is something that I'm pretty passionate about, even though I don't do hardly any of it. But anyways, we were talking about the game. We're talking about the grass. Like I said, a lot of this looks like could be a grass pack you guys created, or bought, or maybe something you create on your own. Grass systems aren't too difficult. A lot of the textures and stuff are look pretty good. I mean, obviously this is really, really early. There's only 2 people working on it, so what you've done so far is actually really good. The one thing I like best about it is I think a lot of jump animations are really bad in MMOs, even like higher end MMOs. You see stuff like Ashes of Creation and other stuff, and this actually, for just 2 people, this jump animation actually is pretty good. The game feels the best thing about this game right now that I can tell is the game feels pretty smooth. When I'm rotating the camera and I'm looking around, everything feels nice and smooth. It doesn't feel clunky in any way. The UI is very, very responsive. When I click on any of these items, they're popping right up very quick. That is really, really nice. I like the color saturation. When you're looking at the colors, a lot of MMOs look flat. No, that's cool, Green. I mean, like I said, you can always. I stream pretty much every day around this time, so I know you're European. You're in Europe, so we're all like, I'm a developer, so we're doing, we're all kind of on quarantine here in the United States, and I'm pretty much working from home every day, so kind of sucks. It's pretty weird working from home every day, to be honest. But yeah, I like what you've done with the color saturation. It's got a nice. It doesn't look dead and flat. A lot of MMOs can look flat. Which is kind of a pet peeve of mine. Movement's real nice. Let's go take a look at some of the assets here. The nameplates are really, really nice. I like what you've done with the nameplates. They're simple, but they're easy to see. If I was going to target with a nameplate, which it doesn't look like we can, but if I was, it's very easy to move over. I like the nameplates. The targeting plates is good. I don't think I can see my own nameplate, which is fine. I like the fact that it looks like you're not going to go with a lot of combat abilities. My favorite combat systems when you get down the road, you're at 6 a.m. there. Yeah, I figure it's probably all over the place, Greenie. I'm assuming for a living that you're some kind of developer. I mean, I've been coding in .NET technologies and basically Microsoft stuff for over 20 years. Anyways, so yeah, the trees look good. I don't think we have a lot of LOD maps implemented yet. I'm not really seeing any. Wait, there was a little bit of a change right there. Notice how the shadow here is a little kind of faded out or kind of blurry, and then as we move in, it seems to sharpen a little there. I haven't done a lot of game development, but I know a lot of the techniques, and something I've been wanting to do, and we can certainly go to my desktop here and probably see that I have, Unity Hub installed and all kinds of craziness, but most of the stuff I do use. Anyways, so yeah, the tree models look nice. We're using it's not super low poly, but we've got kind of like a lower version of kind of a medium low poly models here. They look good. Again, I really like the colors. The green here looks really nice. I like it because you don't see that a lot. A lot of times you see blue, pretty much almost always blue, or even water that looks very, that looks very pale. I would like to see you do more with the underwater here. Like when I know it's early on and I'm being super picky here, but I'm not trying to be picky. I'm just trying to give you feedback. Eventually, I would like to see obviously animated a little bit more with the water underwater, which is fine. But that's fine. I mean, what you've done here so far is fantastic for 2 people. Really impressive. Okay, so according to Minus, we can go to the build maker. And let's take a look. Hey, what's Ken? What's up? Yes, Morpheus. Yes, we are playing some Valar. What's up, Kenny? You work with a couple clients as a programmer. The rest of your time is spent with Valar. That's cool. You're lucky that you can work. I mean, this is like Ken plays MMOs with me all the time, and he knows that I've been talking about it for years, wanting to make my own MMO. So it's something that I'm always super interested in. But yeah, that's super awesome that you get a chance to work on this. And so far from what I've seen, this looks fantastic. And we can then the first thing I probably would do if I, when this game was in a more release state, is I would, obviously if the UI was this big, I would go right away and scale this and customize this. I don't know if we can scale it now. I know we can move it, but it doesn't look like we can scale it. But there's the fact that at this early point in the game, we can even move items around is actually really cool. And we can probably overlap these things. So here, like we have a cast bar and a player buff. So I would say move the cast bar down a little bit. We got player buff, debuff. Maybe just try to move this over here. Get the cast bar right about here. The target frame, we could probably just move a little bit closer here. Target buff, debuff, we could stack underneath right here. And XP tracker is fine. Atom action bar, mini map pad if we had one. And text info. I'm not sure what the text info is right here. Timer is fine. It's probably, let's get a little bit closer to us though so it's easier to see. Compass bar, that's fine, docked at the top. And party frames is your standard. Oh, and so here we can just enable or disable by clicking. Hide, show. So that's cool. I really like that. What are the other games that have done this? There's other games that have done this. I don't know if it was Black Desert who did it this way. I think it is. Where you have like the hide show, but there's other MMOs who've done it this way. Now, there's no save, I guess. Oh, you can reset individual ones. That's kind of interesting. Haven't seen that before. Now let's go ahead and try and see if it did save the options. And it indeed saved my changes, so I'm happy about that. No scaling. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the scaling will come. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, the fact that you have the customized UI the way you do, I mean, it's obvious that you're going to put in scaling, and that you have it the way you can move stuff around is really a good feather in your cap. I know if you ever watch the Lazy Peons videos about it, the first thing he talks about, he's such a pet peeve, it's a pet peeve of his for sure. He's always like, when he does the review, he's like, I couldn't resize the UI. He always says that, so it's kind of funny, but you need to move your right UI around. This is where you realize I'm a gamer. Oh, so you're a gamer before being a dev. I'm a gamer. I mean, I've been playing games ever since I was a little kid, but I've been writing software. I've been programming since 1980. Shit, I don't know, 83, when I was literally coding like programs into my Commodore 64. You can believe that. Oh, here's a cast bar we got. What is this? Who's casting? So here we have. I thought you said on your site you didn't have animations, but you do have animations. I mean, I see combat animations. Maybe I misread that. Okay. Anyways, let's go back to. I know nothing about this game, so game fonts and so on. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's go back. We're gonna go. Here's the archetypes. So let's see what this is. We've got Berserker. We have, and here's the abilities that each one gets. I wonder if I could. And also, I would add another feedback is I would add that the escape key by default brings up the menu, so that people don't have to hit the. Maybe it's just me. Oh, so yeah, that's weird. I would do it so that when you hit the, because that's a little annoying, is that when you hit the escape key, yeah, just basic stuff. Hit the escape key, it brings up the menu. If you're in the menu here and like, will you go into something like, I don't know, settings, that you can escape back out. But again, those are super, super little things and things I know you guys already know. So I'm sure you already know that. Let's go and turn. Oh yeah. So you have keybinds too. Oh, let's try that. Let's try something here. Okay, so we can't keybind like shift modifiers yet. Make sure that in the final version of the game you allow the mouse to be command and shift modifiers like shift A, because that is my pet peeve. I actually won't even play an MMO pretty much if I can't keep by my mouse. If it's like a really, really good MMO, I'll try. But if it's not a good MMO that I think is a really great MMO, I won't even play it if I can't keep on my mouse. I don't use like an MMO mouse or anything like that. So I pretty much like to use shift mouse wheel up, control mouse wheel up, shift mouse button 3, shift mouse button 4, shift middle mouse, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so let's go to, and I always we're gonna go forward, backwards, turn left. Let's go strafe left. We don't even need these. Can we unbind? He is already used. Okay, let's just try that. All right, cool. Yeah, cool. Again, the movement's really nice and smooth. I love it. The reactions, like, remember, my MS is 123 as I'm here in the US, but I'd never know it. I would never know that my MS was that high because I'm not seeing any kind of delays in my responsiveness here. So whatever network code, I was trying to get that out of the Discord. I was trying to, how are you doing your networking? Because that's something, I want to make a game. I want to do like a little video game slice, a little prototype. And I'm going to use Unity too. Originally, I was going to use the Unreal Engine, but it's just too much of a beast, and it takes too long to compile the code. It's such a big footprint, It's like, ugh. So I decided to go with Unity. Yeah, and so it's creating like a little simple prototype. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. Let's talk about this game. So yeah, it's really impressive. I'm curious what networking you used. I don't know if you ever watch Scott Hanselman's videos on YouTube, but he talks a lot about networking and different things like that. But your netcode is fast, I can tell. Yeah, I really like your netcode. I'm gonna have to figure out what you're using. You can either tell me, or I'll keep bugging you about it because I like it. Okay, so yeah, it's very good, very smooth. And I come from SPF background. I come from playing Unreal Tournament 1999 in 1999. And I was pretty much a pro level player in Unreal Tournament, so I was very, very used to playing FPS games where responsiveness of the of the UI and of the movements, and that was back when we had ball mice, and so I'd have to jump up and spin the mouse, do a wrist flick to spin the ball to just spin my camera 360 degrees or 180 degree perfect. I'd be going this way and I'd spin and I'd turn around and do like a a headshot with a sniper rifle. But a lot of that, you got a really good sense of feel. I think people that come from old school FPS games like I did got really good where, we were using an aiming cursor that was like 5 or 6 pixels. I think it was 6 pixels. And so, you really get a feel for what you're looking at when you play those games long enough. And I can kind of walk into any game engine, and just get a feel for how the network, how responsive is it. And to feel it this smooth at an MS of 123 is a really good sign for what you guys are doing with your network code. Conversely, I was just looking at me and Ken were playing on a private World of Warcraft Burning Crusade server, and it was about a 1. I think I was pinging. What was I pinging on there? About a 150, and it was nowhere near this smooth. And it was about a 150 ping, and huge difference there. So, anyway, like I said, the trees look good. The color saturation's good. I don't see a lot of post processing that you're adding after the rendering of the frames. I don't see any of that weird motion blur that a lot of MMOs like to use, which I'm kind of happy about because I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. A lot of games do it to try to cover up the fact that your computer can't render fast enough. I like that you got some variety in your trees too, even in this early stage. This looks like a slash pine tree. This looks like a slash pine, if I'm right. And pretty cool. Some birch trees, I think. Got some variety. And I'm curious, what do we got over here? Some mushrooms? Looks like we can do some harvesting. I don't know if I need harvesting stuff. I'm getting ahead of myself. I probably need to go back to town and buy some stuff, I think. Yeah. So let's head back to town. But before we do that, let's take it. So the build I decided to go with was a tank build. So I think that's warrior. Pick your archetypes. Warrior and one-hand sword. And I don't really know how to make a tank in this game, but well, it says builds tank. It says right here. Oh, that's what I called it. This is what I called it. And I guess we're picking our base skill. So slicing strike, we've got slash, which is probably going to do a little bit more damage. Generates 5 pain. A maximum of 4 units can be affected. So this can hit up to 4 people. closest one first. Axe throw. That's a good. This would be good for pulling. And slicing strike. Yay! Maximum of 3 units. Closest one. So very similar to the slash. Probably faster, right? What's this? Does it show speed? No. 5 meters. 5 meters. Range. Melee. Okay, so this one actually has a longer range. Okay. So this is more of like my close. So I could basically throw my axe, move in, open it with slicing strike, follow up with slash. And so these are just... Oh, shit. Can I change it? Oh, yeah. Ooh. So that's interesting that I somehow... When I added an ability and then got rid of it and went back, I lost all the original ones. So let's try something here. Let's go new. Okay, that's another thing too, is you probably like make a secondary warrior, then you can use shield. Hey, thanks, Corsi. I don't even know. Slicing strike is really good. Sweet. Yeah, and it looks like another thing here too. We can create names fields with the same name, so I would probably prevent that too. I don't know if Greenie's still there, but Greenie, I would not allow that. That could be confusing for people. And I don't see how to delete my builds. That would be something we're definitely going to want. But let's just go back to the second one. So you said Berserker. You're going to go Warrior. Berserker. I think so I just have to go get a shield is what you're saying, right? Let's see. Oh, is that a bug? Okay, cool. So make secondary warrior, then you can use shield. Alright. Well, let's close this down. And I think we get our weapons inside the base, right? So let's head back in and take a look. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on 1 second. I keep forgetting. I keep hitting escape key to open up the settings. Alright. We're gonna really freak you guys out here. Alright. Okay, so we've got a trainee weapon vendor. Okay, so we want a shield, and we don't have any. Oh, we have 6 copper. Right click doesn't buy. Left click doesn't buy. Maybe I have to drag it. Okay, let's drag it over. And how do I see what I have currently? Okay, shield. Right. And we're gonna want. How about a sword? What's the speed on this? Okay, 2 attack speed. 3, 2. I wonder if I don't want a sword. I wonder if I can, because I can't. We can throw axes, right? Rainy wand, 2-handed. We definitely want a sword. There's no armor yet. This is weapon vendor. Is there an armor vendor? Let's see, weapon vendor. These are the crafting stations. We have an auctioneer. What? Whoa, you guys have auctions in here? Yeah. Oh, the throat slicer. Oh, wow. Well, you guys have done a lot of work already. Oh, look at how... You guys are awfully... You're being very generous with the bank space here. This is a lot of bank space for starting MMO. That's very generous of you. One-hand Berserker is bad? Well, Corsino, what I was looking for is a lot of times when I level tanks a lot in other MMOs, which is just because I'm a glutton for punishment. You know, I don't go with like, you know, what would be considered a fast leveling build usually. So I was just curious to see like how tanky can I be in this game? Like in the beginning, how much is, you know, one-handed Berserker is bad. Now, but I'm not really a Berserker though. You say one-handed Berserker, but my primary I thought was Warrior, right? So if you go here, back to, I mean, really, pick your, I'm not Berserker though, I want to be Warrior, right? So Warrior. This is the part, so how do I know which is my primary? So here it looks like I can pick 2. This is confusing to me. Has 2% of your leave it to me. I tell you one thing, Green, leave it to me to pick the you know, the leave it to me to pick the build that nobody's gonna play, right? Oh, I'll definitely keep an eye. I like what I see. Yeah, I really like what I see. It's smooth, and like I said, the netcode really is impressive so far. I mean, obviously, until you see a lot of, you know, NPCs in the game, or mobs in the game, or players in the game in a concentrated, tight area, we can't really see how it performs. You know, right now, my FPS is a little on the low side for my computer, because I have a pretty nice computer, so I would have expected my FPS to be a little higher. Now, I'm sure I can go in and change this because I have like terrain quality. You know, I've got a lot of these sliders over quite a bit for seeing stuff at distance. So let's see what happens when I do something like this. And see, the FPS really wasn't affected. Oh, it went up a little, maybe. Yeah, your FPS doesn't... Yeah, I'm not sure how to get the FPS to jump up more. You're playing full tank yourself? Well, that's where I was wanting to go. Corsino, or I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Corsino or is it Corsino? I'm going to say it's Corsino for the win. But the kind of full tank is where I like to go. I like to level this tank in almost any MMO, just like I said, because I'm kind of a glutton for punishment. If I'm playing a warrior or paladin, I love shields. So any game that has a class that has a shield, I'm pretty much going to play that particular class. Initially, you know, if I play that class, I'm going to have a shield. So pick your archetype. It says, I don't know why it doesn't want to save it. It keeps, this is, maybe I have to hit save. Save. Oh, we have to hit use too. Oh, grass is what's heavy? Okay. Well, I mean, I was just curious what would make it change. Oh, so it's going left is... I'm not sure I'm understanding these sliders right. Am I going the wrong direction? This is the density. It should be going up, right? Here, let's go outside. See how the FPS has actually gone down. There we go. My FPS just keeps getting worse. Maybe I should have left it alone. Oh, this is quality reduction. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this is going to increase my FPS, right? And this will decrease it. Yeah, this is going to decrease it. So this is actually the quality reduction. So we'll put this all the way up. And this should decrease my... Yeah, this will decrease, of course. Any kind of distance is going to decrease our... Let's just try to keep it around 80 at least. Alright, so we're fine. You know, 80's fine. I can just say chorus. All right, chorus. I'll say chorus. And all right. So tell me though, when I go into the build, if I'm just supposed to. I mean, I'm assuming that once I hit use, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and log out. I want to clean up that UI, clean up my UI real quick, or clean up. I'm really anal this way. I don't like having the two builds showing up that I don't want to use, especially when they're the same name. So let's just really quick. Okay, new character. I like the blue. Some random unwanted tip. That is so accurate right there. All right. Oh, even though wait, did I click the wrong character? Did I click the? Okay, I apologize. Son of a beach. I didn't want to pick this one. I wanted to go to the other one and try recreating. I just want to see how it works. I like to wipe the slate clean. I love the loading screen. Oh, they're account wide. Well, I hadn't played. Actually, I wasn't on CAF though. But I love your loading screen, or the image for loading into the loading screen. So the build's it's account wide. Okay, so it doesn't wipe. Okay. I would say that eventually you probably would want to change that, right, and make the builds character specific. Because yeah, I would definitely want to make the builds character specific. I think that would make more sense. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just giving you my feedback. But that's cool. So we've got tank. Here we go, tank, warrior. Let's just go warrior and see what happens. One hand shield. We're going to save this. We're going to use this. And then we're going to grab this. What is this? Deep cut? And we also have meat shield. Oh, nice. So this is like a nice tag. We definitely want meat shield. So we've got these abilities. I'm assuming that we've got our base ability, and then we've got our 1 through 0. So primary, we're going to say deep cut. Secondary, meat shield. And is that it? Okay. All right, now we're going to go into really quick. We're going to go into keybinds. And we're going to go A. We're going to say that our super defensive ability is going to be C. C. Oh, it says it's already used. What is C used for? Character window, get rid of that. Social window. Inventory. And display used in panel when hover over an item. Interesting, we'll leave that alone. Let's go back here, we're going to go A and 2, 3. A. Action bar slot 1. Oh, we can't keep on that mouse ability, which is nice. A, this will be C. Okay, there's no save button, so I'm assuming return. Okay, cool. No, we actually don't have any gear, so we gotta buy some gear, it looks like. You lock new abilities when it scrolls, it drops on mobs. Okay. Cool. Alright, so let's go back to this guy. And we want shields. Yes, we want sword. And we have, since we got all that, we're going to grab that too, just for fun. Because that was something I wanted to try later down the road. See if we can still have a throwing ability. I'm not sure how that works. And alright. So we have this. We've got like these deers. Tab targeting doesn't work yet, so we select attack. Defense. It's on cooldown. We're gonna have to watch these cooldowns here. Okay. Alright. It looks like your one hand looks like it has the same animation as your two hand. How do you loot? Oh, okay. Alright, cool. I like the colors on the animations. I mean, you still have a lot of work to do with the animations, but I mean, just let's see, what can we say? Like here, it looks like your animation for the swing is she's going to hold a two-handed weapon, so it looks like the animation, her left hand is coming up and touching the pommel of the sword here. You'll see that when I swing. So that's something you're probably working on. Also, it doesn't seem to be an auto attack, which is fine. Wait, no, there is. Wait, there is auto attack. It's just kind of slow. So you're going to need to add a ready state in between your auto attacks, so that after she swings, that she's kind of standing on like the balls of her feet, and kind of does a little, maybe bouncing on the balls of her feet, or a little bit of slight motion to give her that in between attacks, so it's really obvious that she's attacking. So because right now she swings and then she just stands up like she's just standing there. That'll be obviously another thing that you're going to add. Let's try out the A ability here. And the animations for A looks kind of the same. Oh, there is. There's the defense. Nice. So we got the meat shield. Okay, that's cool. Now we saw where the our defensive or where our abilities were showing up on the UI. So we can go back to the customized UI here, and it showed up starting at the left, it looks like. So let's actually taskbar. Let's move this a little bit more central. That. Cool. I'm liking this though. I mean, I'm liking the animations feel smooth. I mean, eventually you'll get. I didn't notice if you have an impact. When you guys do your animations, what you really want to look for is like right here when you attack. Eventually, what you're going to do is when you swing, you're going to have some sort of a contact point on the animal, of course, where you'll see like maybe a little flash on the body where you hit, and then maybe a little bit of just red blood, you know. And then the other thing you're going to want to do if you really want to get that what people talk about a lot of times in games is one of the things that people talk about with combat is it doesn't feel impactful. So one of the easiest ways to make it feel impactful is to implement a stagger animation on your mob here. So when you hit the mob kind of recoils when hit, and that'll give you that kind of a nice impact. Now if we use our ability here, now it's down below here, so I moved it too far down. Cool. I like. Oh, this is great. This is nice. This is pretty cool. I like this game so far. I like what you've done. I love how smooth it is. With my 123 MS and still playing this smooth is pretty good, pretty nice, you know. Let's see if we have any kind of... We do have some... We're seeing a little bit of kind of weird... Some issues here where for some reason when I'm zoomed in really close in the camera... Yeah, you have a... There's some sort of a weird issue that when I bring the camera... It's third-person camera, so when you bring your third-person camera and I zoom in and I bring the third-person camera down... either behind the player or beneath the ground or something, that once I'm in this position, I can't zoom in, zoom out the camera. I can't zoom it in or zoom it out here. It's not till I pull the camera back and the camera's no longer beneath, either past in front of my character model. So you've got some code there that's handling this. So there's a bug in your code here that when the camera moves in front of the character, that the zoom in and out isn't working. So you're going to want to take a look at that. See here, like I'm zooming in and zooming out. And you can see here when I'm zooming in from the top, there's some sort of a limit to how far down I can go. It's just that when I scroll, and it doesn't look like the camera's really going in front of my person. Maybe. But once it does this, then the zoom feature doesn't work. So that's definitely a bug you'll want to look at. But what I wanted to check out is, can I jump on top of this mushroom? And I can't. So right now we don't have like collision detection or... I mean, I guess it isn't collision detection, but this thing doesn't have a bounding box, or we don't have like physics attached to this. That's something that you'll put now. You'll either put it in or you won't. It's not necessary for the game, but it makes the game more realistic, of course. All right. Super cool. Okay, I didn't think you would have had like a wave animation in there. That would have been funny if you did, though. Would have freaked me out. The grass system you have, I like how much wind you have moving the grass. I've seen a lot of MMOs, especially the newer ones, where people are creating it in Unreal, and the indie MMOs are creating it in Unity. I mean, the indie MMO makers are creating it, and what they're doing is they're putting in too much wind. Yours has a nice amount of wind. I mean, we can tell that the wind's affecting it, but it's not too much. It's not crazy. In fact, I would probably even dial it down a little bit more on the wind and make it even a little bit less than this. And of course, you could vary it too if you want, put in like a weather system. But that's all like all kinds of just icing on the cake. It's not necessary. I like the fact that you put in this trailing animation on the weapon. It makes it really kind of easy to know how long the animation the animation is going for, how long it's playing for. When you talk about getting locked in, people always talk about getting locked in. Is this game locked in? It's hard to tell because your animations look the same for these two abilities, the auto attack and the deep cut. don't have different animations, so I can't tell. Like, let's see. Let's get another mob here. I'm seeing a little bit more like kind of spikes, little mini lag spikes. Now that I'm out here a little bit of the way, so I'm not sure why. But again, I've never coded socket programming on this level at all, so couldn't really give you much advice in this area. There's something that's being calculated in the game engine loop here. See how when I'm zooming in and zooming out and rotating, it's starting to kind of lag a little bit, even though my MS really isn't changing. There, you can see it. Let's see if it happens when I don't. No, it's still happening even when I'm not. It's just like the game right now is starting to slow down and chug. It's either like a memory leak or there's just something in your redraw cycles that are too intensive and just need to be cleaned up, need to be optimized. Alright, so let's take that on another mob here. What I wanted to look at is, I'm just going to click the A key here. Although she attacked, I didn't want her to attack. Oh, that was interesting. So if you're close enough to a mob and you hit... Can I select myself? Yeah, okay, so you click this bar down at the bottom. That's interesting. You see I have myself targeted, but I'm still attacking the enemy. That's something you'll have to fix. Because most people would expect that if I target myself, I'm not going to be, swinging at the enemy. And I'm not sure what all these bars are. Oh wait, I can skin. Ooh. Didn't know I could do that. Is it a cone? Okay. Yeah, I was trying to go in and attack and see what the difference was. What I wanted to try out, green, was... Yeah. Well, that's good, though. I think it's good that if you hit an attack ability that... Like a sword attack, that if you're close enough, it should go ahead and attack. Because that just saves on button mashing for people. Of course, there's some abilities that you wouldn't want it to do that on. Like, let's say, with my shield, I could do like a shield bash to interrupt somebody's attack. You wouldn't want the shield bash to automatic. Well, that's something I guess that's kind of up in the air, because like if that's your interrupt ability, you wouldn't want to accidentally use it. Like, you wouldn't want to go up and say, "Oops, I hit the wrong key and did a shield bash." Now it's on cooldown. The guy's casting a spell and I can't interrupt him. So. Yeah, thanks, Green. I really appreciate you swinging by, dude. Yeah, but what I was trying to do is I was trying to see if I could animation cancel. Like, you're in like one animation, like here, I go up and I click, like, left click the mob, and I'm not attacking, and now I hit my mouse button 3, which is my first attack down here. Slicing strike. If I hit mouse button 3 and I start attacking, and now I go into like an auto attack, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yeah. I only have 8 health, it looks like. Or am I, no, no, this is my health. What is this red? Oh, that's my rage. I'm sorry, that's my rage. Ooh, 3 damage. Let's go ahead and throw up my defense. This guy's coming up here. Oh. Boy, I died. Did he... I wasn't watching my health. I don't know if it was probably the mob that killed me. Because I wasn't really watching my health. And that guy came running up and swung. I'm like, did he kill me? But no, I just think I probably was getting low on health and didn't realize it. That's why he was probably running up trying to help me. That's fine, though. What is... So, it looks like... Okay, so we can sell that, which is nice. I'd be very proud of myself if I could create something that looked this good. Right, Ken? You guys know I've been wanting to start working on my own MMO for so long, or just not necessarily an MMO, but like just a a sample prototype, of something like this where we just go out and kill a deer. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a feel for how hard my weapons are hitting. Let's see how well we can climb. All right, we can climb. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I can. Yeah, for sure. I was trying to get a feel for how hard are these attacks, hit landing. I mean, I have what looks like 540 health. It looks like that deer, this guy here, this giant stag killed me. Now he's got 530 health. I've got 540. So I'm level 1, and I don't know where my experience bar is either. So let's see if this guy kills me again. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna start off with defense. You can see he's hitting me really hard, right? Yeah, so we can't kill this guy. Look, I'm already at 287 health, and he's only at 503 down to 503. So that's why I died before. I wasn't even looking at my health. I just assumed that a mob this early outside of my home base would have been easy, cakewalk, and obviously he was not a cakewalk, and he's still coming after me. I like how he turned back to yellow once we knew he reset. So my auto attack does 3 damage, sometimes 5 damage, 5 damage, 5 damage, 6 damage. Oh shit. That deer decided to come back. Do you see that? He doesn't like me. I died again. Obvious. I'm not looking at my health. It's so hard. Like, the health bar is a little bit... I'm gonna have to move it. It's a little bit hard to really... I'm so concentrated on, like, looking at the damage numbers, trying to figure out how much damage I'm doing, but I'm not even looking at my health, so... Alright, so let's move this up. Let's just put it here for now. There, now you can see my defense. See, even that's though still too in my way now. I guess what I was surprised at is that this ability here, it says damage 100% of weapon power, 100% of the weapon power, 4 pierce damage, 100%. I'm looking at this bar, rage bar here. I'm trying to generate this to max, and then I'm going to see how much... Yeah, that didn't do anything. Yes, I'm not sure... Initially deal damage to an enemy target. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the how this damage is calculated. Like, and I don't understand why it says three slicing. Okay, well, 4 pierce slicing and pierce are different, obviously. 3 slicing damage, 4 piercing damage. Why is the 3 slicing kind of, grayed out? Hey, Ihu. I don't know. This is early, this is early on in this game's development. So, if you look at the description on the stream, I think I put the URL in there. So let's open it up. But this is like, this game's being worked on by 2 people. So obviously it's, it's not going to be. Oh, that's the wrong link. Son of a bitch. Let's see, Valar. Weird. Anyway, so if you go to the homepage here, right now we're in pre-alpha version 2.0. So this is not even alpha. Next playtest end of March. So, I mean, obviously they're still in the very early stages of just working on this game. There's a ton of bugs, but I think it's pretty clear that what they've done so far looks really nice. They've done a good job. You know, I mean, I see a lot of stuff that needs work. What I keep looking at is my damage numbers. Like, I'm doing 3 damage, 3 damage, you know, 3 damage. But when I use this A ability here, Deep Cut, I would have expected it to be more than 3 damage. But when I hit it, okay, 5 damage. And there's a 5 damage, but that wasn't my Deep Cut. That was just that the Slicing Strike, for whatever reason, you know, did more damage that time. And of course, we can skin as well. Wait a minute, I saw a pickaxe. I just sworn I saw a hit rate. Oh, it was just a sword. I thought my sword turned into a pickaxe. I'm like, oh, can I mine ore now? Oh yeah, look, and I forgot. Remember, it's a sweeping strike, so it hits multiple targets. Put up our defense. I like their loot windows. I like the skinning window here, and I like the icon too. Really nice. And I like that the icon looks just like the icon from the loot bag, you know. So that the leather skin looked the same when I was skinning. Let me fix that. Let me fix the UI again. This was too low, and it just didn't look that good. Let's try. I'm gonna keep moving this around until I get it where I like. Let's just try moving it down here, like right here. And we're gonna attack this guy. We're gonna go ahead and there's my defense. Say meat shield is up. Reduces damage by, you know, 30%, 35%, I think, something. But here, they've got really good font. Like the fonts they're using are really clear, easy to read. Icons, the graphics are really good artwork. So, art style is very stylized. I like it. Looks good. Here we go. Let's press. Now, see, here's the pickaxe. So we can mine. It's just got to be the right kind of ore. I don't know yet how to level though. What is this? Now I have block? Oh, did you see that? Okay, guys, watch this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that graphic. I would prefer that if I hit my block ability here, the next 1 second, the next time you take physical damage from the front, it will be completely blocked. So I would prefer that this was interesting graphic they're using for this. I would prefer that they just, when I use this skill, that I bring my sword and shield out, and that my shield just does some sort of animation. Like, you know, sometimes another shield will appear on the outside of it and kind of grow out a little bit in size and flash or something. This is an interesting way to go about it. Yeah, so it's cool that we can change our builds on the fly. I don't like that block, really, so we're gonna... Okay. Go back to what we had, I guess. I think this must be our experience point. The CS is 91%. So we're 91% towards the next level. We can't kill these guys because they keep kicking our butt. The giant stags are way too powerful. So let's find some more little deer to kill. There's more stags. There's a plant we can herbalize, it looks like. Parkour! Parkour? Says now we're at 100%, so I'm not sure if that means my next mob I kill is going to get me to level 2, or if I have to go to a trainer or something. Hey, what's up, Lucas? How you doing, man? It's got some promise. I mean, they definitely, a lot of things they've done are really good. It just needs a lot of work, like a lot of work. And I'm stuck at 100%, so I'm gonna guess that means I need to somehow... That I somehow need to, like, level up, maybe? I'm not quite sure how. Well, no, it looks like now that I'm level... It's gonna give me another prime. Let's... Yeah, so that is actually working. So let's get rid of this one. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Base. Yeah, we don't have any other skills yet. Pick your weapons. Pick your archetypes. Splitting throw. Well, I don't know if it's going to let me use this because I don't have an axe. Yeah, see, it's grayed out. One-handed axe. So I guess that I have to actually equip the one-handed axe, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our build maker here, and we're going to change this, delete this, and change to warrior. Save, use. And it's down to 95% again, so I'm not sure how to get to the next level. This person's level 5, so obviously there's a way to level up in this game. I just haven't leveled up yet. And I think let's get rid of this setting. Get rid of the grass. Now we can see the deer. There's no grass in the way. Isn't it funny how taking the grass away makes it look like such a different game? Still swinging. All right. Again, we're still at 100%, so I'm not sure how we level up, or do we level up? Well, here, let's increase our stamina. It says path points, I have 0. Defensive ability. So this just gives us like statistics. And now this number is going down again, so I don't know where my experience bar is. I don't know how to tell when I'm going to level up. Alright, I'll see you, man. See you, Greeny. I thought you left already. Cool. Thanks for... Yeah, I like the skinning though. It looks good. There we go. Trapping level. Hey, our trapping leveled up. I do like the font that they used. I think, the UIs, we just need to scale it, but that's something obviously they'll add later, which he already, Greeny already said they would. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, so what we can do, we can go to our build, we can go to Berserker. And we can't do this while we're in combat, which makes a lot of sense. That's a good thing. I'm seeing some, like, watch my legs when I swing. I'm seeing they look like they're shaking. See my left leg, my bottom left leg? See how it's, my leg's kind of quivering? Watch it. Watch my legs. That has to be a problem with the, that's a problem with the animations. So, like, there's an animation that's playing. Like, so when you swing a sword and you're in combat ready stance and you're swinging, there's a combat animation that gets played. When the combat ends and I'm not swinging my sword anymore, but the issue was occurring during the normal combat, so there's definitely an issue there in the combat animation swing where it's probably between the end and the start. They're not synced properly, so there's some issues there in how the animation playing the animations are being done. That needs to be looked at. So that's another little bug, but that's something that'll have to be fixed. That's why I'm assuming that's why it looks like my legs are shaking, is because it's trying to do probably start and stop animations in the wrong places. So wait, that's weird. Now the escape key is bringing up the menu. See that? But it wasn't doing that before, so that's really interesting. And let's go back. So that's... Yeah, if you guys noticed before when I hitting the escape key, it wasn't bringing up the menu, but now it is. So that's just another little bug. And... let's see. I think I like the grass density right about here. So we have some, but not too much. And let's do like what Doc Green was saying. And we're going to go to Berserker. We're going to put in Axe Throw. And then our primary is going to be a splitting throw, I guess. Yeah, let's try that. We're going to save, use. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's axe, sword. Oh, this is interesting. Let's see if we can do this. Let's try this. So this is a two-hand axe. When it says one-handed axe, that says axe throw. What I'm wondering, okay, so if I go back, I can throw the axe if it's in my offhand, but it looks like I'm probably going to have the axe in my main hand to be able to use... no, I still can't use this ability. One-hand axe. Oh, it's a rank primary. Maybe it's because I have to go to the build maker and switch this one to Berserker. No, maybe it's two-hand weapon only. Let's say one-hand weapon, one-hand axe. So I'm not sure why that ability is unavailable to us. I want to try something else too. I want to see if I can dual wield. I'm going to buy another axe. And see if I can dual wield axes. And we can. That's cool. Now let's go back to our build and let's start all over. Fleet. Oh. Interesting. Berserker. Yeah, this is what I was wondering, if I deleted it all and reset it, if I would get a different abilities, and indeed I'm getting different abilities here. Save, use. Why was it that when I had Warrior I could pick Berserker as an other... I had 2 here, and now I've only got 1, so that's really interesting. 1 hand. There, that's why, because I had 2 hand here. So we went Berserker, Berserker. Okay. Weird. What if I were to say 2 hand here? Alright, let's try this. This is a dual-wielding Berserker. And if green's right, we'll be able to hit level 2 after killing this first mob, probably. You do not have the required weapon type, so this must be 2-hand? Oh, that's 2-hand, okay. Oh, that's 2-hand. They're both 2-hand. What the hell? Weird that I have one-handed selected, and yet it is trying to... Yeah, we can just auto-attack with these. That it's trying... I was weird because I said I was using one hand, and that let me pick those skills, so that's another bug. So we've got quite a lengthy list of bugs that need to be addressed, but they're all just... They're not big deal. A lot of stuff I'm seeing is that the animations the animations that are being created aren't tidied up correctly. I would gather the people that are working on this game, they're still pretty new to game development, just like I am. I mean, I know less than they do. But there's some of the things that I'm seeing are probably things that, veteran game developers wouldn't have any issues with these types of things because they know how to set up the animation cycles and the game loop cycles and when to time these things correctly. Okay, so let's go back to here. Here, build maker. We're going to get rid of these abilities because these are just flat out wrong. We need one-hand axe. Perfect. And we need one-hand axe. So weird how it's giving us the right abilities. I must have done something wrong. But this one's the one that's a mystery because it keeps not wanting to let me use it even though it's a one-handed axe. Maybe it's just not lit up because I don't have something selected, and it's a ranged attack, maybe? I don't know. Whoa. Oh, I see. It uses rage, right? It says everyone say next 5 seconds for total 10. Splitting throw. It costs 10 pain. Okay. It's just a rage ability, or they call it pain, but you guys know what I mean. It requires 10 pain, so I had to build up some pain before I could use it. But now it set my experience down again. And what's interesting is I'm seeing this thing go up, but even when I was in middle of combat, it was going up, which is interesting. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, what is that? So yeah, it just requires me to build up some of the pain first. But I think if it was me and I was doing these tooltips, I would make it more clear. See, it does say though, like, cost 10 pain. I probably would. I mean, it's fine. It's clear enough once you know where to look. I mean, it's clear. But one thing that's not clear is how do I level up? how do I get to level 2? I thought this was my experience bar, but once I went to the two-hand, the axes, it dropped down to 0 again. So is that like, I don't know. I will say one thing. They're certainly not nerfing content, you know? You come out the gates, and if you get 2 little deers on you, you have a hard time killing them. I mean, I'm at 100 health. We'll see if we can get this guy before I die. I'm at 80. Yeah, I think we got it. I'm at 68. So yeah, it's certainly not exactly like one hit, one kill. Fucking fade. Fucking. Tell you what, kid. Fucking fade. Yeah, you can see it here. It's there. It says rank primary, range, cooldown, cost. I just, you know, it's because it's a new game. I'm looking all over the screen trying to learn everything, and so I'm missing some of the easier things to see. The one thing that is getting me though is, how do I get to level 2? Alright, so there doesn't seem to be any of these other things. Now, Minus said I can craft armor, so let's see. Let's see if we can somehow craft something. Let's make some deer shoulders, right? Or how about a stag helmet? Let's make deer shoulders, right? Okay, so we need deer leather. So we need to figure out how to craft deer leather. So one of these things should be, oops, I brought up the thing. One of these things should be like a leather, which I would guess be this one. Oh, this is cooking. Oh, cool. I really like that table with all the blood on it. That is badass. This is herbalism. This is mail, weapons, but I don't see leather. Like just plain old leather working. Oh, here it is. So it's a refining table. So we want deer leather craft. So yeah, I think the crafting is really cool. I mean, you know, they have a lot of really nice art assets, like the image, like the tin bar, the steel bar. The art style reminds me of, it's kind of cartoony a little bit, but it reminds me of Fortnite a little bit, or maybe Albion Online. Oh yeah, Morpheus. Oh yes, Morpheus. Yes, we have leather armor. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh hell yeah, leather. We have made leather. We have made leather. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty cool. How about this other stuff? Stag helmet requires stag leather. So let's go ahead and see if we can make any stag leather. Probably not, right? Stag leather. Yeah, so we gotta go kill the stags to make that stuff. Maybe we can make a better weapon. We haven't mined any nodes yet though. So let's. What's this? PvP arena? No, no. Hell no, we are not ready for PvP arena yet. Let's check this out. Hang on a second. Oh, that's just an NPC. I thought it was a player. That's just an NPC. Ah, yes. We have multiple mobs. Fucking Fade, right, kid? Well, we certainly killed that mob faster. I don't know why. Look at it. Oh. So the armor is a... Well, obviously this armor made me do more damage, right? So that's crazy. Let's look at it. So the armor increases my attack power. See that? 2 power. 2 power. Yeah, so this armor actually increased my power, which of course in effect increases how much damage I do. So we're doing more damage now. Let's see if we can find some mining nodes too. And then let's go see if we can take out those deer now, those bigger stags, and we can get ourselves some stag leather and start making some upgraded gear. Look at these sweet shoulders though. They need to... I would say the one thing about the game is they definitely need to increase the brightness, the sun. There's the sun up there. Oh, what's interesting is just this little sparkle. But the sun, see where the shadow is? The shadow... Okay, well, the shadows... Okay, but the shadows... is right here. So the sun should be right in front of me. And it is kind of... But I still can't see the armor very well, you know? Nah, whatever. Whatever. I'm looking for ore that we can mine. I've only seen one node so far that we could mine. That's something we're still trying to figure out. This, like this here, like walking over here reminds me of No Man's Sky. This kind of huge rock face. And I didn't play No Man's Sky that much, but I played it a little bit. You can see the game does seem to... The game still has some optimization stuff that needs to be looked at. As far as level 10 herbalism, well, how do I even get it up to level 10 then? Okay, good. The rocks have physics. We just need to add physics to the mushrooms. Although I will say a lot of games don't bother, but I would like to see that. Alright, let's go for this giant stag. I think we're ready to take down. And this stag, if you notice, the stags have different armors. Different health. One had over 500. This one only has 290. So this is like a 4-point buck as opposed to like a 8-point buck, I guess. We got this though. Look at that. Look at those damage numbers. I like the damage numbers. How they pop up. Look at that. Oh yeah. Look at that. Big time damage. Epic. Epic damage, Ken. Epic. Requires level 5 trapping. I better drink some more Coca-Cola. Looks like we're in for the long haul here. Oh, yes. Alright. See, there's a mining node, see? But I'm not high enough. See, this is... Oh, it's currently me whoever's the player. I didn't see an animation. I didn't see an animation, I swear. I just crushed this guy and this mob in like one hit. I one-shot this thing. This little deer. Ooh. That's regaining traveling experience. Yeah, that deer just freaking vanished on me. I guess he... I don't know, he took a hacienda. Break time for him. Boom! See ya. This ability just crushes. This splitting throw annihilates things. Okay, I've got some serious lag here. Well, I don't think that was being harvested by another player, so that was another... There's quite a few bugs in this game. I would love to see someone like, you know, like Steve, like Wyman or whatever, the one developer on YouTube, come into this, look at this game code and see how quick he could fix a lot of these bugs. It'd be interesting. Man, I'm just crushing these deer now. There we go, trapping level 3. You know what that means? It means we should be able to get the other leather. Let's try holding down right click. Ah, it doesn't work. So shift right click doesn't auto loop. Blood. Yes, the blood is the life. I want to go down and just start eating it. You know, I look like the kind of character who would just go down and I'm hungry and just take a bite out of this deer. Like just bite some of the flesh right out of the deer. Do you like yes, Morpheus. Yes, you want to feast. How is this deer still alive, man? I'm crushing this poor thing. Alright, let's go for the buck now. These little people running around. See them? They're just like little midgets. They're like little ants running across the field. Another thing they should do is turn down the name. The name shouldn't show up over a character at this distance. I would like to see them turn that off. That would be really awful for open world PvP. It would be hard to sneak up on somebody when you can see their name from half a mile away. It's like, oh shit, it's Shady Axe. I'm getting out of here. The buck, here we go. Very laggy. Game really got laggy there for some reason. It's amazing how much more damage I do with just, you know, putting that leather armor on. Although even so, I'm still taking a lot of damage too. I'm down to 260 health, but I think I'll survive. Oh, this is required level. Oh. I thought it said 3, but it might have said 5, but I'm wondering how there is a variance in the health of these bucks. Like the buck I killed earlier had like 200 and some health. I wonder if he's just like a different level buck. Let's see what level. Need to find another one. Fine. Another bot. Yeah, well, this one does have lower health. But he doesn't have a level on him. See that? There's no level. But his health pool's a lot lower than the other stags. So let's kill him and see if we can skin him. Now yeah, his health is, or his level still says question mark. See that? Oh, and I finally leveled up too. Look, I'm level 3. I don't know when I leveled. I've seen the 3 for a while and just didn't even notice it. I noticed my health pool was bigger. Yeah, no, I just misread it. It was always level 5. So it takes quite a while to level up your skinning. I mean, you got to kill the deer for quite a while to get your trapping ability up to 5. Which makes sense. I think it'll be a lot cooler once they add other, mobs to the game. I mean, no one wants to kill the same mob for, like... I shouldn't say that because we all know I've done it, right? I've killed the same mob for 16 hours straight. No problem. I wish there was auto run on here. Okay, we need to add that too. We need auto run. There we go. I figured it out. Hold down both mouse buttons, and it will keep me running even though I've alt-tabbed this other window. If I let go of these mouse buttons, I should stop moving forward. Kind of looks like similar art style to EverQuest Next, doesn't it? Oh, this Coca-Cola tastes good. Oh, you want to come up and say hi? Hi, little dear. How are you? Oh, take that! I want you to get you over here too. AOE. Look at this, Ken. Look at this AOE at its best. Serious AOE. Berserker level 2. Look, I was level 3 and now I'm down to... So I de-leveled. Okay, did you guys see that? It said 3 here. But now I just went down to 2. This game's super cool, but there's a lot of bugs. I don't have any stag leather. Craftable. Mining level 5. Mining level 6. So we're gonna kill stags, bears, and we have mercenary soldier. Man, so we got quite a few stuff in here. Look at that, we got contender boots, purity hood. This required resources. Okay. Ooh, devotion. Man, we make some cool stuff in this game. A lot of times the UI stuff gets in the way, like here when I'm scrolling, the tooltip's getting in the way of me scrolling, so I would say the tooltip shouldn't come up unless I hover over the icon. See how the tooltip's showing up when I hover over the letter S here in shoulders? It shouldn't do that. And for some reason it's giving me the leather shoulders and the gray shoulders are popping up, so that's another bug. The leather shoulders are way up here. Okay, and here's another bug. Oh no, okay, we got to the top. See how it's like when I hover over the deer shoulders, it's showing them twice. And then when I go down to, like, let's say these shoulders, it's showing the deer and the content. Oh, it's showing what I have. I'm such an idiot. Oh god. I'm a noob. I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's showing it's just comparing, but the thing is I'm not used to seeing it in this fashion. Because the windows aren't, you see how they're not really like lined up properly, and it doesn't show, like, it does show the differences between them. So yeah, I should have recognized that. Again, it's a new game. I like this feature though, show only, available only. That's kind of nice. Like here we can make a deer helmet, apparently. I don't know when I got deer leather. Well, I've always had deer leather. I guess I just didn't make the helmet. Let's grab that. And that's another thing that's annoying, is like, one of the things that's annoying is if I want to click something without seeing the tooltips, I would like to just, like I was saying before, I would like to click the text. So I don't want to see the tooltip unless I hover over the actual image. So the tooltip showing up here when I hover the image. The other thing is when I close the window here and I try to move my mouse over and right click to scroll, this window here, when I right click on this and hold down the right click button and rotate like this, trying to turn the camera, this window should disappear. So I would expect that if I left click here, it would bring this up, but if I'm right clicking, it would not. Because right clicking is generally used for, for holding down and rotating the screen. So right clicking should not, I don't think, open this up. It should just be left click. And let's go back and take a look. We've got some weird helmet. I'm afraid to put this on. Okay, thankfully. Oh, it just gave me a mask. Oh, nice. Give me a little mask. That was going to give me an ugly hood. So there you go. What is that? That's their weapon, I guess. Anyways, guys, I'm going to bow out. It's late. I'm tired. This is a pretty cool game, though. I like it. That's it for this stream of Valar. I think it's an interesting game that's being developed by just a couple developers. Just 2 people. So once again, you can go to playvalar.com and you can check it out if you like it. There's some crowdfunding in here. So, you really want to see them go further with the game, go ahead and they have a current milestone here, which is 25,000 euros, and they're currently at 2,137. So yeah, give them $10, help them out. These guys have done a lot of work already, and it's just clear that they've done quite a bit of work in the game, and especially in the graphic side of it. The art assets, like the images here, the tables, the blood, all of the icons here that we see. These all could just be assets they bought, but they've done a good job. Building here looks pretty good. I would imagine all this is just asset art. Actually, I think I've seen this asset pack, to be honest, off the Unity store. And that's one of the differences, not to make them, not to knock on these guys. They've done a really great job, I think, with what they've done, but one of my pet peeves is that you just put in buildings like this that don't really serve any purpose. Like, these are just props, really. They're just here to make the world look not empty. But right now, they don't have any kind of function. You can't go inside these buildings and do anything. And that's why you just have people standing out here. We saw the same thing in that other MMO that I played that was kind of being developed by just like a few people. I think that one was being developed by one person. We saw the same thing, and I think I understand why people do things the way they're doing it, but for me, like, if I'm going to make my own MMO, and God knows I probably I've said that 1,000 times, and you guys are probably like, yeah, you'll never make one, and I probably won't. But if I did, I would take the time to generate my buildings myself, and I would make sure that they were there for a reason. You know, that I could actually go into the building and there'd be NPCs in the building. There would be NPCs that would walk in and out and path around and do, like, I think one of the greatest games is Black Desert, and just seeing NPCs and their behaviors and how they walk around and are doing like daily chores. It's really cool. But here all they've done is just grabbed some assets off the store and just plopped them into a scene. Plopped this into a scene, maybe placed a table here, and then just hooked up some actions, man. You know, some programmed hookups to those to implement the crafting system. I'm not quite sure how they did these images so that as you moved further away, they got bigger. See that? So that's an interesting little. Not sure I like that. I probably don't like that. I think another way to easily convey what these are, especially like here you got trapping, is to just put more props in the areas, and don't put these so close together. In fact, this is crafting armor, right? So what they could do is take one of these shops, instead of just having a prop that serves no purpose, actually put a building here that looks like a blacksmithing shop, like you would see in most MMOs, and that would definitely make this game a lot better. So obviously made by just a couple people, a lot of bugs, but a lot of good stuff is in here too. Looks real nice and plays pretty well. That's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great night wherever you are. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Don't go out at all. If you can help it, stay inside. And I will talk to you all later. Peace out.